In the Arabian Peninsula's heart, during the 7th century CE, a profound shift occurred in the world's spiritual landscape. A new monotheistic faith, Islam, emerged under the Prophet Muhammad's guidance. This faith, centered around the belief in Allah as the one true God, promoted a message of unity and submission to the divine will. Spreading rapidly outward from Mecca, Islam united the nomadic tribes of Arabia under its banner. Driven by a potent combination of religious zeal and expansionist ambitions, the early followers of Islam embarked on a series of conquests, carrying their faith far beyond the Arabian deserts. This burgeoning empire absorbed vast territories, spreading Islam's influence across the Middle East, North Africa, and parts of Europe. This marked the beginning of a new era, one where the Islamic world would profoundly impact the course of human history. The Islamic Empire's rise was nothing short of remarkable. In a matter of decades, the followers of Islam had carved out a vast domain, stretching from the borders of India in the east to the Iberian Peninsula in the west. This rapid expansion was fueled by a potent mix of military prowess, astute leadership, and a shared belief in Islam's message. The stage was set for a clash of civilizations as the Islamic armies turned their attention toward the east, where a new chapter in this epic saga was about to unfold. The Islamic invasion of India brought significant socio-economic changes, introducing new administrative systems and trade networks. The architectural legacy of the Islamic rulers is evident in the magnificent structures they left behind, such as the Qutub Minar and the Taj Mahal. These monuments not only symbolize the artistic and cultural zenith of the era, but also reflect the synthesis of Persian, Turkish, and Indian architectural styles. The period also saw advancements in various fields, including art, science, and literature, driven by the patronage of Islamic rulers. The integration of Indian and Islamic cultures led to a flourishing of trade, crafts, and knowledge, leaving an indelible mark on the subcontinent's history. As Islam surged out of Arabia, it encountered the mighty Byzantine Empire, the eastern remnant of the once mighty Roman Empire. This clash of civilizations, marked by centuries of conflict, would have profound implications for the future of both the Islamic world and Europe. The Byzantines, with their capital in Constantinople, represented a formidable obstacle to the eastward expansion of the Islamic Caliphate. The two empires locked horns in a series of protracted wars, vying for control of strategically vital territories in the eastern Mediterranean. The Levant, Egypt, and North Africa became battlegrounds where these two great powers tested their might. The Byzantines, though weakened by internal strife and Persian incursions, proved to be tenacious foes. They inflicted several defeats on the Arab armies, halting their advance for a time. However, the relentless pressure of the Islamic armies eventually took its toll. The Byzantines, despite their valiant resistance, gradually lost ground. Key provinces fell under Islamic control, and by the 8th century CE, the Byzantine Empire had been pushed back to Anatolia. This marked a turning point in the balance of power in the region, paving the way for the eventual Islamic conquest of Constantinople centuries later. With the Byzantines on the back foot, the Islamic armies turned their attention eastward, setting their sights on the Sasanian Empire of Persia. The Sasanians, heirs to a rich and ancient civilization, were a force to be reckoned with, having held the Romans at bay for centuries. However, they were weakened by internal strife and a series of costly wars against the Byzantines. The Islamic conquest of Persia was swift and decisive. The Sasanian armies, though fighting bravely, were no match for the zeal and military prowess of the Arab conquerors. In a series of lightning campaigns, the heartland of the Persian Empire was overrun. The ancient city of Ctesiphon, the Sasanian capital, fell, marking the effective end of the Sasanian dynasty. The conquest of Persia had far-reaching consequences. It extinguished one of the ancient world's great empires and brought a vast new territory under Islamic rule. Moreover, it brought the Arabs to the very doorstep of India, a land of immense wealth and ancient civilization that had long captured the imagination of conquerors and traders alike. The stage was set for the next chapter in this epic saga, the Islamic encounter with the Indian subcontinent. Section 4. The first foray into India. Muhammad bin Qasim and Sindh. The Islamic conquest of Sindh, a coastal region in present-day Pakistan, in the early 8th century CE marked the first major incursion of Islam into the Indian subcontinent. Muhammad bin Qasim, a young and ambitious Arab general, led this expedition, capitalizing on the political fragmentation and instability plaguing the region. His conquest, though limited to a relatively small portion of India, had lasting consequences. Qasim's forces, driven by a combination of religious zeal and a thirst for plunder, swept through Sindh, defeating the local Rajput rulers who opposed them. His victory established Islamic rule in the region, setting a precedent for future invasions. Moreover, it opened up new avenues for trade and cultural exchange between the Islamic world and India, a process that would profoundly impact both civilizations over the centuries. Qasim's conquest was not merely a military campaign, it was also a cultural encounter. The Arabs brought with them their language, customs, and religion, which began to interact with the existing Indian traditions. This marked the beginning of a long and complex process of cultural fusion and conflict that would shape the destiny of the Indian subcontinent. Section 5. The Ghaznavids and the Gateway to India. Raids and plunder. The 10th and 11th centuries witnessed a new wave of invasions from Central Asia, this time led by the Ghaznavids, a Turkish dynasty that had converted to Islam. Mahmud of Ghazni, the most famous of the Ghaznavid rulers, earned a fearsome reputation for his repeated raids into northwestern India. Driven by a thirst for plunder rather than territorial conquest, Mahmud's campaigns were characterized by their brutality and destructiveness. Mahmud's forces, consisting primarily of Turkish slave soldiers, swept through northern India, targeting wealthy temples and cities, including the sacred city of Somnath. These raids, though devastating in their immediate impact, had a limited long-term effect on the political landscape of India. Mahmud's primary objective was to acquire wealth, not to establish a lasting empire. However, the Ghaznavid invasions had a significant psychological impact on the Indian psyche. They exposed the vulnerability of the northern Indian kingdoms to external threats and highlighted the military superiority of the Turkish cavalry. Moreover, these raids paved the way for future invasions by establishing a logistical and strategic foothold in the region. Section 6. The Delhi Sultanate. Consolidation of Islamic rule in North India. The establishment of the Delhi Sultanate in the 13th century marked a turning point in the history of Islam in India. It signaled a shift from sporadic raids to the establishment of a more permanent and centralized Islamic rule in northern India. The Sultans of Delhi, hailing from various backgrounds, including Turkish, Afghan, and Persian, sought to consolidate their power and expand their domains, engaging in constant warfare with their Hindu neighbors. The Delhi Sultanate, despite being plagued by internal strife and dynastic changes, managed to hold on to power for over 3 centuries. During this period, Islamic rule became entrenched in large parts of northern India. The sultans, though often ruthless in their pursuit of power, also patronized art, architecture, and literature, contributing to the development of a unique Indo-Islamic cultural synthesis. The Delhi Sultanate's reign witnessed the spread of Islam in India, primarily through conversion and intermarriage. It also saw the introduction of new systems of administration, taxation, and land tenure, which had a lasting impact on the Indian subcontinent's socio-economic landscape. However, it also marked a period of intense conflict and upheaval as Hindu kingdoms resisted Islamic expansion, leading to a complex interplay of cultural exchange and conflict. Architectural marvels of Islamic India. The Islamic rulers in India left behind a rich architectural legacy. This chapter will explore the magnificent structures such as the Qutub Minar, Taj Mahal, and other significant buildings that showcase the blend of Islamic and Indian architectural styles. These structures not only represent the artistic achievements of the era, but also symbolize the cultural amalgamation that took place during the Islamic rule in India. The Qutub Minar, located in Delhi, stands as a testament to the architectural ingenuity of the early Islamic rulers. Built in the 12th century by Qutbuddin Aibak, it is the tallest brick minaret in the world and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The minaret's intricate carvings and inscriptions are prime examples of the Indo-Islamic architectural style, blending Islamic calligraphy with traditional Indian motifs. Moving forward in time, the Taj Mahal in Agra is perhaps the most iconic symbol of Islamic architecture in India. Commissioned by the Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan in the 17th century as a mausoleum for his beloved wife Mumtaz Mahal, the Taj Mahal is renowned for its stunning white marble facade, symmetrical design, and intricate inlay work. It represents the zenith of Mughal architecture, combining elements of Persian, Ottoman, and Indian styles. Beyond these well-known monuments, there are countless other structures that reflect the rich architectural heritage of Islamic India. The Charminar in Hyderabad, built by Muhammad Quli Qutb Shah in 1591, is another iconic example. Its 4 grand arches and minarets, along with the mosque at its top, exemplify the fusion of Persian and Indian architectural traditions. These architectural marvels are not just relics of the past. They are living embodiments of the cultural synthesis that occurred during the Islamic rule in India. They stand as a testament to the artistic and cultural achievements of that era and continue to inspire awe and admiration to this day. In conclusion, the architectural legacy of the Islamic rulers in India is a rich tapestry that blends diverse styles and influences. From the Qutub Minar to the Taj Mahal and beyond, these structures are enduring symbols of a time when different cultures came together to create something truly magnificent. Join us in the next chapter as we delve into the impact of the Mughal Empire on the Indian subcontinent, exploring how this powerful dynasty shaped the course of Indian history.